Hey folks, thanks for tuning in. I'm Brian with Risner Cutlery, and today we've got some brand new Jackwolf knives for you. These are the laid back jacks, and this is the second release of this pattern from designer Ben Belkin. We're going to take a quick look at each one of them, so stick around and enjoy. Okay, first we have a laid back jack with fat carbon lava flow handles. These are carbon fiber handles that are made in Lithuania. Fat carbon's been pretty popular the last year or two on a lot of different knives, and for good reason. The way it's made, it results in each piece being unique and with a good bit of variation between them. Opening it up, you'll find a nice sharp Wharncliffe blade made with S90V steel. S90V is a top shelf steel comparable to M390, and as usual, everything looks and feels great on these Jackwolf knives. The titanium bolsters look great, and on the back the springs are nice and flush, no issues there. Up next we have one in rosewood. This is a nice dark wood with a lot of veins or streaks in there. Rosewood is supposed to have a sweet smell to it, but I'm not going to be sniffing anything today. This is a smooth handle, but the wood almost looks like it has some texture to it. There aren't any gaps between the bolster and the wood. Everything's nice and flush as you'd expect from a Jackwolf knife. Opening it up, you get a real satisfying walk and talk. Just the right amount of pull and snap to it. The screws on here are titanium, nice and flush with the handle. No cracks in the wood. Very well put together. Now let's get into some titanium, or a lot of titanium. This whole knife is basically a block of titanium other than the blade and the back spring, which is cool because I like titanium and so do most other people. This is smooth titanium. You may have noticed a not so smooth titanium laid back jack on the end there. We'll get to that one in a minute. I really like how the bolster and handle just blend together here. The flutes give you a bit of grip or style or both. If you're into Jackwolf knives, and you probably know that they do a hollow grind on their blades, giving it a very fine edge, and if I hold it like this, you might be able to see how narrow the blade gets. Very sharp. This one's pretty neat looking. I like cool handle materials like this. This is called Kieranite Purple Wave. Kieranite is a name brand of acrylic. They make a bunch of neat designs. I wasn't familiar with them until recently, and I have to say I'm impressed. Despite being a glossy, smooth finish, Kieranite is supposedly slip resistant, so you get a bit of function to go with an attractive handle piece. You might notice this blade and the bolster look a bit different. They're rocking a DLC coat. DLC stands for Diamond Like Carbon, and it's essentially a tough protective coat that looks pretty cool. Let's listen to that walk and talk again. I think this might be my favorite one out of this release. Okay, time for the last laid back jack. This is the Jigga titanium handle, made out of bead blasted 6AL4V titanium, just like its smooth handled friend over there. Between the Kieranite and this jigging pattern, it's hard to say which one looks cooler. The detail is great, there aren't any sharp bits or anything not smoothed. It's got a great texture, and the bead blasting gives it a bit of extra grippiness to the titanium in your hand. Just like the rest of them, the S90V blade is super sharp out of the box. Everything's flush, everything feels very well put together. Ben Belkin, the designer of these knives, he's been doing a great job at coming up with these designs and using cool materials together to make a great knife. Well, those are the laid back jacks. I hope you liked watching. Feel free to subscribe and head over to our website to see more Jack Wolf knives. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.